You'll do this by interacting with the purple orb with the ice staff, which will give you a secondary weapon on the ice staff. You'll press left on the D-pad in order to utilize this. We're going to shoot 4 of these little altars here. So you're going to shoot the altar and then interact with the altar. This gets a little tricky because you only have 3 rounds or bullets with that secondary weapon on your ice staff, and you have to shoot 4 altars, so at some point you will need a max ammo. But you're going to shoot the little altar, interact with it, and then move to the blue door for the first one. There are 4 different altars, 4 different sections, 4 different Nexus doors. The first one's going to be the blue one back to the spawn area, and this is going to be where we need to kill Vermin in this area as quickly as possible to complete this section. We're going to interact with the statue that corresponds to the one inside the Nexus. It will block off this area, and we simply need to kill as many Vermin as possible, as quickly as possible. It will feed that little statue there. Once you're done, the whole screen will go white, and that's how you know you have completed this section. A lot of the puzzles for this map require you to complete them in the round that you started them, so if you cannot complete this or any of the other puzzles on this map in the same round that you started them, you may have to wait until the next round to try again. With that being said, once you have completed this area, you're going to interact with this little statue again with the ice staff. You're going to race back to the Nexus area, okay? So for all of these little statues, it will close the door nearest to you. So the blue door to the Nexus area has been closed. It will also start to spawn zombies in your way. So you're going to have to run around to another door. I chose the yellow door because it was closest in my mind, and raced back to the Nexus, just fighting zombies along the way. If the zombies hit you too many times, it was the case that you had to start this over, but I didn't seem to have that problem this time. So we're going back to the Nexus. We're going to go back to the corresponding statue for the Vermin. We're going to interact with it, drop off this purple electric deal that's just hovering around us. The screen will go white. That tells you you have completed that section. We were going to move on to the next statue. Our next statue is the Parasite statue. We're going to equip our secondary weapon with our ice staff. We're going to shoot that statue. We're going to interact with that statue. And this statue is located just outside the yellow door. I ended up going outside the red door. It really doesn't matter. You just have to run around the outside of the Nexus area there. But once you get over to that yellow statue, what we need to do for this one, it is not simply killing parasites. You're going to have to kill the parasites and then collect purple orbs. Just to reiterate, every single one of these statues is going to be performed slightly differently. Partner over there is grabbing some gobblegums, good on him. And once you're ready for this, you're going to interact with that statue there, okay? And then parasites will start to spawn. They will drop purple orbs on the ground. You're going to have to go collect the purple orbs and then bring them back to the little statue. Let me just speed this up here, show you guys what this looks like. So we are killing parasites again. We are picking up the purple orbs that drop on the ground, and we are racing back to the little statue in the center. There isn't necessarily a walled off area here, but again, if you don't complete this within a certain amount of time, you may have to redo this and wait till the next round. So once you're done here, you will need to switch to your ice staff so that you can collect this essence or purple hue, whatever this thing is called, from this little mini statue. You're going to collect it. It will start to fuzz purple around your screen. That will close the yellow door this time. It's always the door closest to the little statue. You're going to have to run around to either the green, red, or blue door. We're going to go back into the Nexus. We're going to place this purple thing that we're carrying with the ice staff back onto the Parasite statue. Once we've done that, that's 2 little mini statues down. We're going to move on to the next 2, or rather the next one will be our Doppleghast statue. So we're going to put this one back. We do still have enough ammo to do the next 2, so we're good to go there. We don't have to worry about max ammo on this secondary weapon here, but we're going to pull out the secondary weapon, shoot this statue, interact with that statue, and now we're going to be going outside the green door. As mentioned already, every single one of these statues requires something different to complete. So for this one, when we get in there, you'll see what I'm talking about, but you're going to avoid the purple lasers on the ground, and you're going to kill all of the Doppelghasts that spawn. Okay, so we're going to get our gobblegums, make sure you have the gobblegums that you need for the final boss and that you're checking for every round. But move on to this area just outside the green door with this little statue. You're going to interact with this statue. It will close off this area. You need to stay within this area. Those purple lasers on the ground we're going to avoid. We're going to kill all of the Doppelghasts that appear in this area. And if completed successfully, again, your screen will flash white and you'll have to take that essence or that purple hue thing back to the Nexus area. I didn't find this one particularly difficult either. None of this stuff is really that difficult, especially if you're upgrading things along the way, if you have all of your perks and such. But we've done what we needed to do, and actually we were lucky in getting a mutant injection on the ground there as well. So with the ice staff, we're going to interact with this little statue. That will close the green door. You need to go through either the blue, red, or yellow at this point. With the purple around your screen, we're going to race over back to the blue door. Now, just be careful. There are some trick items on the ground. There are items that look to be favorable, but they are simply just booby traps for mini bosses like shock mimics or Doppleghast or such. So I think mostly they are just shock mimics, if I recall correctly. So going back into the Nexus, that's neither here nor there. We're taking this back to the Doppleghast statue that corresponds to the puzzle that we just completed. And now we're moving on to the fourth and final statue puzzle. You're going to use your secondary ice staff weapon. Again, that's left on the D-pad. Shoot that little mini statue. We're going to interact with that statue. And now we're going to be going outside the red door here. So from the Nexus, outside the red door, we're going to go down to where the 3-plate vest is. And that's where the fourth and final statue puzzle will be located. As was the case with the 3 other statues, this one is going to be different. It's going to be unique all its own, but I did want to show you guys this. So I had been talking about being able to do this on Vermin rounds or not. So the purple light is now red because we're on a Vermin round. You cannot do these mini puzzles on Vermin rounds. You will have to complete this round, move on to the next round before that red beam of light turns purple again, and you can actually activate that statue, okay? So we're gonna interact with that statue once we clear out some of these zombies here from round 19. And once you do this, there will be a mini boss that appears. This mini boss will be protected if you wait long enough. He will be protected by heavy zombies, right? So he will have a purple ball around him. You can avoid all of this if you kill him fast enough, which we had done before, but I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like. If you don't kill him fast enough, he will appear with a purple ball around him that's being fed by another zombie. You will have to kill those zombies that are feeding his shield before you can attack him again. Provided you have the necessary equipment at this point to take him on, he is not that difficult to beat before the zombies start to spawn in. Once you've completed this, the screen will flash white. You can interact with this little statue with the ice staff. You will get that same purple lightning flashing on your screen again. This will close the red door. So we're going to have to go through either the blue, yellow, or green doors back to the Nexus. Once we go through this door into the Nexus, we can interact with the fourth and final statue in this area. And after this is the final boss fight. And I'll give you guys some tips and tricks. We're going to interact with this little statue here. Tips and tricks for the final boss.